It's Jeromiah here. Traffic is absolutely abysmal today. Been here for ages. I'm still at the place I was picked up at because the traffic is just abysmal. It's crazy today. It's not usually this bad. I'm assuming it's because of the bank holiday or something. I really need to get home fast because my drug dealer is coming and I need to be there to pay him because my wife is here with me and my mum doesn't have the money, so I need disclaimers. This guy heard me say that. This guy heard me say it. You should just turn the intercom thing off. You should have done that ages ago. He heard me say it. So he's judging me. Obviously in real life, disclaimer, it's just a joke. Mike the bird man is coming to bring bird food, really. But as Jeromiah, I'm saying it's drugs, a drug dealer. It's not real. I don't actually have drugs in real life. I wouldn't even know how to get hold of them if I wanted them, but I don't do drugs. Disclaimer, it's just for the acting. God, I did a terrible job on my French. Watch this. Look at that. Shit. Look at it. It's shit. It's absolutely shit. Gives it a shape though, but it's absolutely atrocious. I did it myself because I just don't have money right now to, you know, get it cut professionally to hairdressers, so I just do it myself. So I guess I did a bad job. It's not terrible, I don't think. Don't think anyone's gonna judge me, but just saying, it's probably not great. My layers are dead long. I actually cut them short. It's supposed to be the same length as this, but I don't know. It doesn't look the worst. Different, I suppose, a bit different. Different than the norm. Everybody else has like dead straight, flat hair. But I think, first of all, I think it's boring, and secondly, it doesn't suit me personally. If I had my way, I'd have curly hair. What's he doing? Oh, you mean he could have gone there this time? There's a lane clear. Just lane clear. He's gone to the clear. Oh no, it's not clear. It's not clear. Still stuck. Anyway, so as Jeromiah, right? As Jeromiah, I'm rich. As you can see, look at all my jewels. Look at all my jewels. Still looking. He's still looking. Look at my jewels, my blinginess. I need more rings. I've got more rings, but I don't know where they are. And this sun grab belt. So I just have a bit of sun wherever I go. Because, why does he keep looking at me? Is he just funny about the camera, or is he funny about what I said before about the drugs when the intercom was on? Shit, he'll probably kick me out. Anyway, I got all these jewels, so I look rich and posh. But in reality, this was cheap. This was a gift. This was a bit dear. I got it from a goth shop, so it was a bit dear. And all the rest is pretty much just cheap, but it looks the part. This belt was probably the most expensive thing. It's just It's like probably junk or something, I don't know why it was so cheap, but it doesn't matter because it looks the part. Makes me look rich and posh. I was talking to this woman about the mansion, that I live in a mansion, and my dad's now got himself like a mansion. It is. It looks like a mansion anyway. It's quite big. It's definitely the biggest house in this particular area of Hyde. You know, if anybody was like rich, why would they live in Hyde or around here anyway? Like where I live, I mean, not here, but I mean like where I live. Why would anyone buy a house in my area if they were rich? But people just think you're rich, don't they? It's like, oh, my neighbour is rich. I've got a quite rich neighbour opposite. A slightly smaller house than ours, but still decent size. They're rich. They've got a pool. They've got... It's like Wayne. Oh, just for a second. Anyway, yeah. So they've got a pool. They've got a cinema room, and I'm in a real cinema room, not like what my dad claims is a cinema room, which is just a normal living room with sort of movie set ornaments around. It's just a normal living room. It's just got sofas and a coffee table and a relatively small television, whereas my neighbour's got an actual cinema room. Like the screen takes up the whole wall. It's massive, like screen strip. It's not a television, it's a screen strip like what you have at a cinema. And he has like proper cinema chairs, sort of lazy boy type chairs, but more cinema-esque style chairs in there that you can kind of go back and sort of adjust and stuff. You can't really get comfy in them. You just like sit upright. There's like a normal chair, a bigger chair or sofa. You can kind of put your feet up. But you can't do that with these. You have to sit upright and shit. Anyway, so it's a proper cinema room. Got posters up and everything. What else? Like them lights that you enter a room and they sense you're in it and they come on. And I mean, when they moved in, the house was like full of mold and damp, but they sorted that out. Had like old cabinets and everything in it, old worktop cupboards and shit, and they stripped all that out and put like state-of-the-art brand new kitchen worktops in. And what else? Got a dog that's not exactly cheap, you know, Bichon Frise, and TVs in pretty much nearly every room, I think. Got one in the living room, so they have got a living room and a cinema room, whereas my dad's just got a living room that he calls a cinema room, but really it's just a living room, like I say. But they've got a living room and a cinema room. And the daughter, oh my gosh, she's got like all the state-of-the-art sort of like a gaming system that lights up and everything, multicolored, and she's got like a camera setup thing that's like opposite the desk. So she's got like a proper office style space in her bedroom, all immaculate, not falling apart or anything like that. It's all up to whatever, up to scratch. So they're rich, and my dad, you know, their house is immaculate too. Everything's all new. I'm surprised they don't have a pool, but I don't think so. They might do now, but when I went there they didn't have a pool. But it definitely looks like they're well-to-do anyway. Like they're not lacking. Definitely more middle-class-esque. We're probably like lower class. Sort of minimum wage type people. But, you know, we've got the big house. Bigger than anybody we know. That really is rich, and yet we're not rich, you know. We're not rich, but we have the biggest house. So everybody in the area thinks we're rich, and that's the real true reason why they harass us and bully us, because my area is the kind of area that if you have more than them, they hate you. But you can get in some areas, if you have more than the rest, then they love you and think you're great. But no, we happen to live in the area, if you have more than them, they hate you. So that's unfortunate. So although we don't technically have more than them, the only thing we have more than them is the big house. Everything else, it's okay, but it's not like anything to envy. It's like we kind of like borderline struggle, I guess, but not like as much as some people. But it's like the kind of thing where if we're not careful, we could end up bankrupt or homeless. We have to like seriously limit and budget and stuff like that, which I absolutely hate because I love buying stuff. As you can tell, I bought all this stuff today, and bought these tights just last week. I really need a touch up. Doesn't look too bad because I am naturally blonde, so it doesn't look too bad. Just looks like a darker blonde hair and then a lighter blonde hair, which is quite nice actually. I kind of like the two-tone thing going on. Yeah, I kind of like darker roots and then brighter at the bottom. I kind of like it. I think I actually like it better than the full thing being the same colour. It's like what I wanted like purple at the top and then pink at the bottom, like graduating into pink, or vice versa, pink at the top and then graduating into purple, or blue, or whatever, you know. I kind of like that. My friend has just dyed her hair kind of blonde at the top and then like green at the bottom. It looks really nice. I like the two-tone thing going on. And streaks as well. Like, so you got blonde streaks and then you got blonde and then like brown streaks, or vice versa, or like pink streaks or purple streaks, blue streaks, like that as well. Green streaks. I kind of like blonde and like green together. It was good. That's the what's it that I need to get on. Media City UK. That's the tram I need to get on Thursday. I'm going to document my travel. I'm travelling to Manchester for the very first time on Thursday. Oh dear. Beeping. Really trying to get through. You can't, it's so congested. It's going to cost me £1 million this taxi ride. So there you go again, it's taxes as well. Public transport and all that is expensive. Although the tram isn't too bad. £3 to go to Manchester isn't too bad. It's £4 to go to Stockport, and which is not as far as Manchester. Don't understand that, but then again it's by bus, so it's different. So anyway. Oh dear. He's not having any luck getting through him, is he? It's police. Gosh. Sounds like an emergency too. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Some of that stuff. Oh yeah, I was gonna say as it's my first time travelling by public transport to somewhere a bit further afield, particularly Manchester, because I've not been to Manchester for years. Certainly never on my own. I'm a little bit nervous because my mum has always told me it's like dangerous and stuff because of it's a big city and people are more angry and rowdy in big cities and more people as well, and you know, the bombings and everything that has happened there. So my mum has always been reluctant to go to Manchester or let me go, so I'm kind of not telling her. As far as she's concerned, I'm going to Stockport, which is where I wanted to go, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I wanted to go to Manchester for a long time, so that's why I've decided to do it. But it was somebody else's sort of suggestion, I suppose. What's that? It's the radio. It sounded like people humming. You know, meditative humming. I really need to go home. I need to get home. Oh dear, this is not good. Better update my mum what's happening. Anyway, so it's my first time to Manchester, so I'm going to document my progress. I might even do a live stream. I have more data now because it's, you know, the 18th has been and gone, so I've got data now. So I should be able to live stream it. I don't think I'll have enough space on my phone to make videos, but I'll live stream if I can. Okay, I think that's all for now. So it's Jeremiah's first venture out to Manchester. Yay, exciting.